Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Soulstorm cast this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1 vs 1 on Fata Morga. Over in the Tau side, we have got DANTIST. As playing as Imperial Guard, we have got Jacek. Jacek's going to go for double guardsman and an infantry command, whereas the Tau Empire are going to go for triple stealth suit teams, a jetpack research, plasma generators, and a Tau barracks. So standard openers from both teams, although normally you would see, for those of you who don't play Dawn of War in a professional, in an experienced kind of manner, useful little tip for you. You normally see people get their Tech Priest Engineers or their builders, you normally see them build an extra one straight away, purely because their build speed is very, very quick. It's able to help you get your initial recruitment building out a little bit faster than you would otherwise. But that's fine, it's not a major thing, not a huge thing. I'm going to see a Tau Commander on the way. These stealth suits do look like they're going to be on their way to do some mischievous decapping and recapping and whatnot. Imperial Guard a little bit susceptible to it in the early game from a Tau perspective, as their only detection infiltration unit is the Psyker from the command squad. In Tier 2 they are able to do their scan and whatnot, but in the early game, not all that. They don't have that many tools to deal with infiltration. And these stealth suits, while they are quite fragile, against a small group of guardsmen, they only take a little bit of damage while they're decapping, although when they are recapping, they are back to being infiltrated, so bit of a pain in the backside. Command squad going to go for a priest. I imagine he will also go for Psyker straight after that dude. Tech Priest Engineer coming out to try and preempt the decap, although this stealth suit team will just hover around waiting and whatnot. Tau Commander on his way, going to be firing at these guys as he dives in. And while the Tau Commander normally tries to avoid close combat against the low DPS of the guardsman's bayonets, he is quite happy just to stay there and engage in a rare sighting of Tau hand-to-hand combat, which is quite tasty. And will they be able to get the decap on this? Yes, dear oh dear. You need to make sure that once that recap is sorted, got to get your listing post ready over there, spam click. But will manage to push these guys off, almost getting a squad wipe there, but not quite. Tau Commander going to research a heavy flamer, which will be great at breaking the morale of the Imperial Guard, although then again, in the early game with only 100 morale, very easy unit to break. Let's get some cinematic shots of him just bashing these guys across the face, doing his little anime jump before he flies away off into the distance to cause more mischief and mayhem for these guys. Won't be able to decap it, but if he focus fires on the Tech Priest Engineer, we'll be able to get him down quick as a flash. There we go, so that LP is still further denied. So wonderful opening from DANTIST here. I mean, what is it, 74 and 10 compared to 50 and 10, yeah. Imperial Guard only getting one listing post up at the moment. Managing to capture that, but I imagine that there we go, stealth suit teams. Oh, that's not a stealth suit team, sorry, that's a command squad. Where are the stealth suit teams? Are they just, oh, they're just capping all their bits and bobs, and yes, they have managed to capture and even upgrade some of their listing posts, so their economy is going to be absolutely booming when they go into the mid-game. Mind you, though, Imperial Guard are able to play defensively, so this is not the be-all and end-all for them as they chase this Tau Commander all the way back home. Psyker leading the charge with a furious flurry of plasma shots. Commander replete in his red robes. Yeah, that Psyker is just not giving up. He's bitter and jaded after losing all those blue money opportunities. Got some Fire Warriors now. But yeah, Fire Warriors, Tau Commander and a upgrade listing post. This is not an engagement that they want to do. They've charged them all the way back up. Want to focus on keeping these blooming stealth suit teams away from them, especially with this relic, because that's going to take them a long, long while to recap should this stealth suit team be successful. Listing post finally been finished over here, also the same on this side.
The silent hunters are ready.
Yeah, they will. Oh, no, man, they have the opportunity, but they're starting to jump away after seeing this command squad. Although, mind you,
we hunt with patience.
They wouldn't have got the decap anyway, so that is a viable thing. So Tau, I imagine, will be, there we go, taking into Tier 2 as we speak. I assume they will transition into some Devilfish troop carriers as, like we say, while the Guardsman is in Tier 1, although it will be in Tier 2 soon. But yeah, while in Tier 1, the detection isn't brilliant. Although then again, in saying that, if the Tau anticipate the Imperial Guard's stealth detection, they might go in for something else. I imagine a couple more Fire Warrior teams would be a good shout. Maybe even, I remember the last Tau game we did on the channel, in the comments, someone was commenting on crew toxins and whatnot, which, like we said, like I saw some replies to the comments, not exactly the most viable, not the most meta build, but who knows, maybe we'll see some crude plays going on. Critical location countdown on the way. I do believe that is in the Tau's favour. We'll see Imperial Guard decapping bits and bobs. So not sure we'll see a critical location victory today. Advanced pulse rifle research going down, so yeah, that's probably a sign to say that there'll be a Fire Warrior focus. Throwing down a snare here, trying to capture this command squad out of position. And on Fata Morget, trying to decap these critical locations is quite a dangerous thing to do, because you can be quite easily cornered, as is being demonstrated here. So they've got to run back the long way. If they try and go back this way, they will be caught by the snare trap, and they will be more or less shot down by these Fire Warriors, especially when this pulse rifle research goes down, which it already has. They're splitting their forces. Guardsmen over here with their Commissar in tow.
Target acquired.
Psyker and Priest alone in the world without their commander. We'll be able to spy these stealth suit teams before they're able to recap that place. Bloody bits forcing them away. And we are seeing some Priests being recruited. Able to increase the overall damage done by the Guardsmen, also able to keep them alive. Or invulnerable, shall we say, for a limited amount of time. But yeah, in fact, just going to go for mass Priests here. Also a mechanized command. So assuming to see some Chimeras, maybe even a Sentinel or two. Missile launcher upgrade for the Tau commander there. Stealth team's going to go for their fusion blasters, allowing them to rip and tear through the armour of Imperial Guardsman vehicles. You see a vehicle beacon on the way here. 98 and 40 compared to 85 and 40. So actually, the Guardsmen have been able to recuperate the finances, although they have had to spend more of the game lacking those finances. Heavy bolter turret will be able to also detect some infiltrated units, but will not survive this barrage of plasma fire from double Fire Warriors and stealth suits. Listening post over here will go down as well. Going to see, we're going to see a Basilisk of all things. Okay, alright. Bit of a risky manoeuvre, as these stealth suits can jump about a bit. Also, this Tau commander can do as well. But in jumping away, they will separate themselves from the main firing line, so they will themselves also be quite vulnerable. Doom being witnessed on these stealth suits. Going to have to jump over here. Stealth, or snare trap, been popped down here. Heavy bolter turret going down here. Basilisk now ready to open fire on anything and everything. And that's the main thing that this Basilisk will throw into this battle, will be the air of effect knockback, which will force the Fire Warriors to reset their guns, as they do require half a second of standing still before they can fire. But yeah, the Guardsmen don't have much in the way of models at the moment on the field. Just relying on their hero units and their heavy bolters. One singular Guardsman surviving, as this Fire Warrior laden Devilfish troop carrier moves forward. The Priest will spot them, as well as this heavy bolter turret. Going to see another Basilisk. Very interesting choice. Would like to probably see some more Guardsmen. In fact, actually, to be honest, I mean, these heavy bolter turrets will certainly keep this base alive for a little bit longer. But we aren't seeing anything in the way of a tactical control. Now, if you get a tactical control, and then, you know, you've got your usual grenade launchers for your Guardsmen, you've got your battle armour and whatnot, I think that they need a little bit more in the way of upgrades to keep their Guardsmen alive. But then again, I suppose maybe transitioning into Chimeras, packing your Chimeras full of unupgraded Imperial Guardsmen, just to increase their general DPS, might be the path forward. What's the tower player going to go for? We are going to see a Montcat command post, so some crisis battlesuits may be on the cards here. And that would certainly counter any Chimera play. He says, like as if he knows what's going on. This is a general guess. I mean, a whole squadron of priests.
Is assured.
Keep your children away from those guys. They will certainly give them the business. Everyone being relatively calm at the moment. No one really engaging at the moment. Although then again, in saying that, we do have a whole bunch of infiltrated boys right outside this Chimera. Wonderful. I do quite like that. He didn't just like jump out straight away. He waited until the Chimera was in the right place, then jumped the stealth suits in, and then released the Tower Fire Warriors. Very good. Quite liked that. Like a hunter stalking his prey. Gonna go for another Chimera. Look, Chimera's jumping in, being carelessly thrown away here. There we go, losing that boy. While the Psyker is able to find these stealth suits, they don't really have the DPS to follow up on killing them. I mean, like we say, that the Basilisks are quite useful, but their actual overall DPS isn't amazing. They fire once every, once every 8, once every 10 seconds.
We will pick up the trail from here.
But yeah, a turtle up if I've ever seen one.
3 minutes until
Tower Commander
victory.
doing that Chimera in.
XP-25 ready. Acquired.
And what else going to go on? We are going to see a cadre headquarters, so going to be seeing some more plasma generators. There is a limit of 6, I do believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 plasma generators per headquarters. I'm going to see a Teachers of Montcat. So we'll see an Imperial at some point. Stealth suit team going to focus on this listing post. You'll see some more guardsmen being, well, not more guardsmen, but they are being reinforced, so we're going to see actual more human beings. Stealth suit team over here looks like they've been wiped out. Oh no, never mind, they were just split up. So yeah, 170 and 60 compared to 110 and 79. Guardsmen are going to go for tier 3. So I wonder if his plan is to focus more on the elite units, like the Cassicans and the Ogrins. Which isn't a terrible idea. Ogrins, when equipped with a priest, they're able to get into close quarters and certainly cause some problems. Chimera over here being harassed by the stealth suits. Guardsmen without a Psyker are not able to fight against these guys. I would have liked to have seen more priests from Jacek. Or Jacek, however one pronounces that name. I've decided that in my spare time, if possible, go to, oh dear, that Delphish troop carrier goes down. And doom being witnessed on these fire warriors, but it seems like there was a miscast there. And he's oh no, he's just had to cancel as these fire warriors moved out of range. Yeah, okay, alright. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bitch. The guards were just waiting for the right time to come out. And indeed, they certainly have managed to scare away this fire warrior group.
1 minute until taking.
But 1 minute until taking all victory, these guys will need to come out and decap some bits and bobs. And that's quite a significant amount of Chimeras now. More heavy bolter turrets as well, just for good measure. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm umming and ahhing about learning the, is it the Cyrillic alphabet? Just so I'm able to read people's names without bastardizing them. And it's just something to do with my spare time, really. A little hobby, shall we say.
30 seconds until taking.
30 seconds until taking all victory. They need to decap this one. But yeah, just one decap will do it. And they will get it. Valkyrie fire going down. Not quite capturing those stealth suit teams. These guys have lost their Psyker there. And a hammerhead gunship. Ah, you don't normally see these guys. Their big old railgun. Serious problems for the guardsmen. The guardsmen have no answer to this hammerhead gunship at the moment. Oh, the priest using his God Save the Emperor ability. able to keep these guys in fighting fit shape. Priest over here as well, also just activating it on himself. And these priests are lethal in close combat. Almost killing an entire squadron of fire warriors, but will lose a squad themselves. Yeah, these chimeras against the hammerhead gunship is not going to do all that much. Cassicans on the way. Heavy bolter turret as well going to be built again. These heavy bolters are going to transition into missile turrets.
As you wish, so shall it be done.
So, yeah. Guardsmen did seem like they were going to break out of their base. But not the best compositions, I do have to say. But he's getting there. Full-scale war being researched. So, I imagine some Lehman Russes. I mean, he could go for Sentinels, but the Sentinels would be annihilated by the Hammerhead gunship. I mean, this is like just a wonderfully lethal tank, able to go up against more or less anything. Guardsmen now charging in with their Cassicans. Not sure the Cassicans have got their crack grenades at the moment. Priest goes down. Cassicans on their own. Did the Priest go down? Oh no, the Priest's still alive. Just a random secondary Priest. Cassicans are going to jump in that listing post and mind their own business. More Tech Priest Engine Seers coming out. Lehman Russ Depot being researched. Double Hammerheads now, as well as some Fire Warrior bodyguards.
Victory.
You have chosen.
Full Valkyrie strike on these dudes. Doesn't do amazing damage, but we'll take it.
Must we travel on foot again?
Do quite like the Psycho complaining about travelling on foot. Wonderful little line. Anyway, we're going to see some Lehman Russes and some XV8 Crisis battlesuits moving forward. Lots of stealth suit teams now going to capture these basilisks out in the open. Cassicans now going to jump out from this side, going to make very quick work of these Crisis battlesuits. They will have to fall back. Lehman Russ needs some more population. We're going to see a Baneblade as well on the way, hopefully soon. Very exciting stuff. And to be honest, a couple of Lehman Russes and a Baneblade as well would certainly give these Hammerhead gunships something to sniff at.
Take and hold victory.
I mean, the Tau have, I would probably safely say, had the advantage over this entire match so far, but it has been an excellent display of defence from the Imperial Guard. Any other faction, except for maybe the Orcs, because they can be quite defensive when they choose to. Yeah, but any other faction might have fell to the Tau by now, but does show Jacek's skill in defence, I would have to say it. Price Battlesuit over here also been battered and bruised. Lehman Russ, 2 phases away from coming out. Tau Commander taking a lot of lasgun shots to the chest. That actually will go down if he's not careful. Want to be microed out of there. Yeah, he's going to go down. Second Lehman Russ on the way. Baneblade on the march. Soon. What else are we going to see? We're going to see some Barracudas. Actually, Barracudas are probably one of the things that the Imperial Guard in a defensive posture might struggle with the most. Because they can kind of just fly over all these other border turrets and go to this less defended plasma generator farm. Yeah, Lehman Russ battle tank over here, taking care of the stealth suits, preventing them from decapping this relic. They do manage to get that listing post down. Christ battlesuits amazing against vehicles. Lehman Russ battle tank over here as well, going to focus at a distance on that Hammerhead gunship, already at half health. We'll probably be able to take it down once the second Lehman Russ comes into effect, and yes, they will manage to... Oh no, never mind, just slivers out of there. Very narrow bit of health. Barracuda not able to get over the firing line. 4-minute warning, or should I say 3-minute warning for the Imperial Guard. Needs to, at some point, decap these critical locations. Tau is now going to move out of there. They've done the damage, they've taken out 2 listening posts. Now all it needs to do is just really defend these critical locations. More priests coming out. Baneblade just about to pop, as well as another Basilisk. Yeah, this is quickly turning into the Imperial Guard's advantage. Well, mind you, 113 and 104 compared to 223 and 117. Also, fake hammerhead gunship, might I say. Brute Shaper and a Greater Narlock. Do love that model. A terrifying avian dinosaur-esque creature. Another mechanized command going to go down. Baneblade prowling the battlefield, ready to unleash a million cannons. What's going on down? I'm hearing explosions. Oh no, it's just people being summoned in. More Barracudas, Tower Commander being replaced, stealth suit teams in the mix as well. And what is going to happen? Baneblade striking down fear and hatred into Xenos enemies. This guy could just tank the damage all day long. He doesn't mind it whatsoever. Might want to see a Tech Priest engine here moving forward just a little bit just to keep this guy's health topped up there. Look at that, that's glorious. But let's get a from the perspective of the Baneblade. God, what a wonderful, amazing unit. Although as we see over in the distance, Brute Shaper and the Narlock with a couple of Fire Warrior bodyguards and some Barracudas are going to just go straight to the base, ignoring all this Imperial Guard nonsense.
Until taken hold victory.
But Narlock is going to turn around and try and take care of this Baneblade. Narlock, though, some would argue that the Narlock is the worst relic unit. Some would argue that it's the, what do we call it, the Dark Eldar's Dice of Destruction. But still, it's a very useful unit in just distracting things and absorbing fire. Whole bunch of stealth suit teams jumping over. 30 seconds to take an old victory. The Imperial Guard will decap this dirt. And this one as well. But having to decap it has forced the Cassicans to focus on decapping rather than killing things. Baneblade being caught unable to move because of this Tech Priest Engine Seer and the Crisis Battlesuit, and is not able to do that much in the way of fire when it's not facing the correct direction. So one weakness of the Baneblade. Going to be pointing in the right direction. I've managed to kill this listing post and a couple of missile turrets, but this Fire Warrior squad will go down. Caskins also looking like they will taste the dust. Greater Narlock taking half the health damage. Stealth suit teams are going to jump in, focusing on this Basilisk. We'll get it down quick as you like. Hammerhead gunship focusing on the Lehman Russ battle tank. Not looking all that healthy itself there. But in 1v1, I do imagine that the Hammerhead gunship will win. But yes, it does manage to get it down. Barracuda turning its attention to these Cassicans. Missile launcher turret trying to take down this Barracuda. That's another missile launcher turret over here, also going to take it down. And the Baneblade is just trying to get away from this Greater Narlock. Secondary Hammerhead gunship in support. And from a great breakout from the Imperial Guard. They looked very, very strong. But they didn't have enough staying power. I mean, what's their economy like at the moment? Not amazing. I'm going to go for an assassin. But yeah, I think a severe lack of priests. I think that's what's done the Tau in, not the Tau, the Imperial Guard for this one. Purely because of the Tau's wonderful use of these stealth suits. Then again, without squads of Imperial Guards to attach your Psyker into them, they are quite easily sniped by Fire Warriors and Tau Commanders. Assassin on the field now. Amazing range on this boy. Able to basically one-shot most infantry. But then again, the infantry is not what the Guards were struggling with. It's the Hammerhead gunships and these Crisis Battlesuits. How do you say, what are you guys? Oh, just a couple of Guardsmen on a journey. Won't survive very long there. Zappy bits going on this stealth suit team. Quite been focused on them. Baneblade not quite within range of doing anything. We'll have to move it forward a little bit. Oh, never mind, it was just sleeping for some reason. Opening fire on everything and anything within its path. But does not look like it will survive. The Baneblade will go down. Sad times in the pipelines. And Jacek throws out the GG, as without that Baneblade, there's not much else he can really do. So wonderful defense by the Imperial Guard player, but the Tau able to be really aggressive in the early game, keeping on top of his economy and whatnot. And it's not every day you see a double relic unit game. But yeah, fantastic stuff. If you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month does get you one extra Dawn of War game a week. Mine's been Mr. Landshark. Pleasure as always, never a chore. And I will see you in a bit. Peace.